You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. It is Melinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got our weekly prediction edition. This week on Days, we are well into sizzling November sweeps. And as always, my predictions are based on official soap opera spoilers from NBC Daytime. And of course, my take on the current storylines based on years and years and years of watching Ron Carlivati's writing play out on my TV screen. So the three predictions I have for you this week tie to Dimitri Von Leuschner and Melinda, Gabi's fate, and Alex getting in too deep with troublesome Teresa. Let's dig in. But if you haven't already, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our day's updates. My first prediction, Dimitri swaps Nicole's baby for legal advice. So this week, according to official spoilers, it's Nicole Walker's car crash. This was shown in the Day of Days promo, which I did a special standalone video if you want to flip through the Days playlist to see it. I only pulled out the most interesting stuff because there was a lot of fluff in that promo because it's so long and a lot of stuff that kind of to me wasn't worth watching. So I saved y'all the work and I only showed you the highlights. So Nicole is driving down the road. She's looking a little stressed. I don't know if she and EJ were bickering or what, but she's driving. Dimitri Von Leuschner and Leo Stark are speeding away from Salem, trying to make a run for it before the cops catch them. They either crash into Nicole or they cause the crash. Either way, they are the cause of the crash, whether or not they bump into her car or not. Nicole goes into labor on the side of the road. This is all going to look really familiar to you guys. It's a replay of that Sarah situation. Leo helps her deliver the baby, and then Dimitri takes the kid supposedly to the hospital, but somehow he winds up handing the kid to Melinda and Sloan. The big question is, why would Dimitri do that? I suspect Dimitri knows he needs top-notch legal advice to help him out of this murderous mess, and Melinda and Sloan are both very aggressive lawyers who don't mind operating in gray areas. Soon, Melinda is going to get a doctor to lie and help support this whole adoption scheme, and Sloan's going to play dumb when the former DA tells her and Eric she found a little boy for them to raise in a private adoption. That's from spoiler photos that I've seen. And then a spoiler for this week, Thursday, November 9th, says Dimitri struggles with guilt. I mean, after all, that's supposedly his nephew that he's handing over to Sloan and Melinda, but maybe Melinda convinces him by telling him, look, this baby is not even a DiMera, it's a Brady baby biologically, but still, it's not going to be easy for Dimitri to watch EJ grieve the loss of a child. But then again, you know, Dimitri was ready to shoot another brother, that was Stefan, to get a complication out of his way. So I cannot imagine Dimitri's guilt lasts long or that he lets it override his sense of self-preservation. But I definitely feel this is about keeping him and Leo out of jail, and that's what he's trading the baby for. We'll see how it plays out. My second prediction, Gabi exits this week, next week at the latest prediction. So I did a standalone video about Lee Shin's murder, and this prediction ties to that prediction. That prediction was too big to put into my list of weekly predictions. I published that video on Sunday, and then after watching Monday's Days of Our Lives, I am more certain than ever that I am on to the right path. I do suspect Lee and EJ DiMera were plotting together to make this happen. So resurrection expert Dr. Rolf is in town, so we know death is optional, even though we saw Lee Shin flatline at University Hospital on Monday. He did manage to tell the people there that Gabi stabbed him. And of course, we all know that's a big fat lie, which tells you this is all a big plot. If you want to see the full prediction, please check the recent videos. Just scroll down, look for the ones with the yellow background. Those are always Days videos, or you can check the Days playlist. But I think this was all a setup. Either EJ or Lee texted Gabi. Then either EJ or Rolf stabbed Lee in the back with his consent, and then Rolf went to lurk around the hospital ready to bring him back from the dead. Gabi is under arrest now. Harris Michaels put her in cuffs, and of course Wendy is going to keep the pressure up on the police. And remember, she now works at the police station, so she is in a perfect position to keep up the pressure. And Mayor Paulina Price hires EJ DiMera as the new DA because she needs one since she fired Melinda Trask. So it will be EJ DiMera in charge of prosecuting this case against Gabi Hernandez. And Gabi and Stefan know that is not going to go well because they just royally screwed over EJ. So I suspect Gabi may run away to avoid the charges she's facing and to give Stefan time to figure this all out. I could definitely see Stefan whisking her out of town to one of the DiMera international properties, somewhere where there's no extradition, so that Gabi isn't sitting rotting in Statesville while he tries to figure it out, because everything is lined up against her. It looks like Lee texted her. It looks like she came there. And based on the subject matter of the text, it definitely looks like she could have stabbed him. And then he even named her. And deathbed confessions do carry a ton of weight in court. And especially because Stefan was at that meeting and he talked about having Lee's share signed over to him. So he's saying the motive out loud to everybody at the DiMera board that would rationalize why Gabi would actually stab him. So I expect we're going to have final scenes with Camila Banus as Gabi this week, but possibly she might have a couple more episodes the week of November 13th. And then I next expect it'll be maybe early 2024 when we get a recast Gabi, maybe in February sweeps. That's a bonus prediction, not a casting spoiler, by the way, but I do know they put out a casting call that sounds just like Gabi's character, and that was back in like July they put it out, and Camila quit filming at the end of April. Okay. So probably with the casting call going out in July, if they found somebody July or August, that would time out to about February sweeps for a reveal to find out Lee Shin is alive and well, out of the country, living his best life away from Salem, out from under the constant disapproval of his father, Wei Shin, who sees his son as an eternal disappointment, and maybe everything gets sorted out and then Gabi can come back to town, and she comes back with a new face. End of that prediction. All right, last prediction. Alex and Teresa keep the Victor scheme going. So there's a spoiler for this week that I do not like one single bit. And this prediction jumps off that spoiler, but even as I'm making the prediction, I hope I am 100% wrong. I don't always make predictions I hope don't come true. Every now and then, though, I see something coming and I hope it's just not true because I don't want the storyline to play that way, but I have to acknowledge, like it or not, it might go that way. So right now, Alex thinks that he is Victor's secret son, but we all know it's Xander. And as I predicted, even while Teresa, Brady, and Alex were still on that adventure in Greece, I predicted that she swapped the will from one Alexander Kiriakis to the other one to screw over Xander. And it all worked out pretty much just as I predicted, except for the inclusion of Constantine in there because I didn't see him coming as part of it. No big though. That really doesn't change the nature of the prediction. So the spoiler that has me really bothered is for Wednesday, November 8th, and it says Alex is busy plotting with Teresa. Then in this week's Days of Our Lives promo, there's a scene where Alex is in Teresa's face yelling at her about forging his mother's name. So what I really, really hope is that both the spoiler and the scene from the promo are some sort of nightmare or fantasy sequence that Teresa dreams up, and that they're not real storyline spoilers. That's what I'm hoping. I hope they kind of misled us in the spoilers in the promo. Because if it's real and Alex knows he's not Victor's secret biological son and he knows Teresa ran a con, then that means he decides to conspire with her to keep it going. And I know, and you guys know, Alex can be a real horn dog himbo, but I also think he loves his father, Justin Kiriakis, so much that I would hope if he found out that the whole thing was a ruse, that he would run right to Justin and reveal the truth if he found it out. But the spoilers sure make it look like Alex is working with Teresa and that this prediction could be plausible, but damn it, I hope it's not. I hope it's not. We'll see. We'll find out. Hey, drop your comments below, whether you agree or disagree with my predictions. That's fine. I love talking soaps with you guys, even if we all have different opinions. That's the nature of a good conversation. Definitely click subscribe if you haven't already. Click a like too, and come back soon. I'm here 7 days a week talking Days of Our Lives with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Melinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.